All right. So let's look at SQL. So we have talked about we have done a lot of things in length about databases yesterday. So now when we are talking of SQL, SQL is simply structured query language. That's the full meaning of SQL. It is a standard programming language used to manage and manipulate relational databases. We talked about relational databases yesterday. So these are databases in form of table, rows and column, and there is a relationship between in that table between the rows and the column. So you use SQL as the programming language of this relational database. Now, SQL allows for what? To create and modify database structures, insert, update, delete, and retrieve data, and also control access to data. You can ask for permission. So these are what SQL does for relational database. Now, SQL data types, just like any programming language, SQL also has its own uh, data type. Now, SQL data type defines the kind of value a column can hold. They vary slightly between SQL databases. So now, what are those data type when you are talking of SQL? Now, number one is numeric data type. Now, under numeric data type, you have your int, short for integer. Now, what's the description of int? That's whole numbers. When you are talking of whole numbers, you make use of the int data type. The int data type is an example of the numeric data type. Example of whole number is 100, okay? You also have the floats. Now, description. When you are talking of the float data type, you are talking of floating point numbers. That is numbers that has decimal, okay? You also have you also have decimal data type. So this one is fixed point numbers, okay? So examples are decimals, 5, 2. Now, what does this 5, 2 means? I'm talking of this particular one. So what it means is that you have five values and um, you have two numbers after decimal points. The total values that you have here is 5, 3 before decimal points, and 2 after the decimal point. That's what this 5, 2 means. Let's say you have 6, 2. It means you are going to have 6 figures in total, and you will have 4 before the decimal point and 2 after the decimal point. That's the meaning of that 6, 2. Now, another numeric data type is the small int or big int. Now, when you are talking of smaller or larger ranges of integers, you make use of the small int and the big int. Now, another data type that we have in SQL is the string data type. Okay, string or text data type. When you are talking of string or text, you are talking of the string or text data type. Now, what are the examples of the types of string or text data type? You have char, short for character. So description of char for fixed length string. When you have a length that is fixed, e.g. you have ABC, all right, always in end chars, you make use of the char data type. What of the varchar? You make use of that when you have variable length, all right, variable length string. Now, example is hello, all right? Now, what of text? That's another examples of the string data type. When you have large text data, e.g. paragraph and article, you make use of the text data type. So those are the three important data type under string data type. Number 3, you have the date time type. Under the date time type, you have the dates. Now, when you are talking of data that has to do with dates, you make use of the date data type. Now, the description is this. The data must be arranged year starting first, followed by months, followed by day. Example is 2025 06 03. All right. So you make use of the date data type when you are talking of dates. Now, time. You are talking of time, you make use of the time data type, okay? Now it will be arranged as hours to minutes to seconds, all right? Example is this. Then you have the date time or timestamp. So that one is dates plus time. So when you have a combination of dates and time, you make use of the date time and timestamp. Now, the difference between date time and timestamp is that timestamp also has to do with time zone. So that's that. Now the fourth data type is the Boolean. Okay. Now, so the data type under Boolean is also the Boolean. So the description um, for true or false values, any value that has to do with true or false. Okay. Example is a value that is true or the one that is false. So those are the four data type under SQL. Again, we have numeric, we have string, we have date and time data type, and you have Boolean. There are more than four, actually. We also still have, we have, sorry, I'm coming. Mm, okay. We have the blob data type also. That's what I want to actually uh, see. We have what we call the blob data type, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's see if I can still be able to see where that is. All right. Mm, all right. Aha, yes. So we have looked at numeric data type. So under that, we have looked at that. We have float and double, exact. Then we have the date time. We have looked at that. Then you have the Boolean. We have looked at the Boolean data type. So we have the enumerated type, short for enum. We also have binary large objects, blob, stores binary data like images, audio files. It is stored as raw bytes. So when you are storing data like images, audio, and files, audio files, you make use of the blob data type. You also have JSON and structured data type for flexible and structured data type. So those are the examples of data type anyway. Now, SQL also have like five subdivision. So one of those five subdivision is DDL, which stands for data definition language. Okay. Now DDL commands are used to define or modify the structure of database objects such as tables, schemas, and indexes. Okay. Now common DDL command. So again, I said DDL stands for data definition language. So common DDL command is create. So you make use, so description, create a new database, e.g. Database object, e.g. table. So create is used for creating a new object like table. Alter, it modifies an existing object. So when you enter alter, you use it to modify an existing object or table. Then drop, it deletes an existing object or table. Then truncate, it remove all record from a table faster than delete. It is faster than delete. Now, example of DDL is this now. So you have this, create a table, uh, students, then ID, int primary key, name, varchar, age, int, enrollment, blah, blah, blah. So what is happening here is what I've also explained here before about DDL for creating table, for altering table or data sets, for dropping table, and also for truncating table. Those are just few DDL command: creating, altering, dropping, and truncating. Now, what are the applications of SQL? Database management. You make use, so for managing data in relational DBMS like MySQL, PostgreSQL, and Oracle. It is also useful in data analytics for running queries to generate reports and summaries. You make use of SQL in web development for backend integration with database. You make use of it in data warehousing for ETL, extra transform load operation. Then you make use of it in business intelligence, e.g., Power BI, and so on. Um, and so forth. So now, best practices in SQL. What are the best practices in SQL? So let's look at 20 best practices in SQL. Number one, use meaningful tables and column. The good thing is it should go in this order. I mean, customers, order, dates. So this is very good and very, very descriptive. So anybody that is seeing your query can understand what you are talking about. But when you that is a good name compared to having it as TB11. So people will not really understand what you are talking about here. So clear naming improves readability and collaboration. So you must always deal with clear naming. Now, use of proper data type. Choose data type that match the nature of the data. So why we did data type is it's not that we are just going to pick any data type. So you use data type based on your data, the nature of your data. For example, use dates for dates, not varchar. When you are talking of a data that has to do with dates, you are supposed to use dates, not a varchar. Number three, normalize your database. Avoid redundancy by breaking data into related tables, okay? Now use foreign keys for relationship. Now, number four, always use primary key. Ensure uniqueness and faster indexing, okay? And number five, use foreign key for relationship. Now, enforces data integrity between tables. And number six, use not all to avoid nulls where possible. Prevent missing or undefined data in a critical column. So anywhere you have missing values, you can make use of the not all. Yes, it's very, very important. That's one of the best practice. Use indexes wisely. Create indexes on column used in where, join, order by. But too many indexes can slow down insert and update. So it means you have to use all these indexes very, very wisely. You have to use them wisely. Number six, avoid selects. Avoid this. Fetch only required column. So selects, so you only use selects when you are talking of the required column. You don't just, so always try to avoid it. Use aliases for readability. So select, yes, you make use of aliases so that people will know what you are talking about. Then number 10, use joins instead of subqueries when possible. Joins are often more efficient. Okay. Use limits or top for testing queries. When you are testing to prevent loading too much data, you make use of limits. All right. For example, look at this code now. Select from others, then limit 10. So that way, um, your command is telling the data what to do. Number 12, back up your database regularly. Always have a recovery plan. So must always back it up so that there will not be data loss. Then avoid duplicate data. Use unique constraints or distinct inquiries. All right. So that way you are going to avoid duplicate data. Now comment your SQL. It's very, very important to comment your SQL. By commenting, it is also good for readability also. Okay, people will know what you are talking about here. Now, example of comment is what you see here. This sign is a comment. So the computer will not be able to read that sign. So the moment you start with these two values, these two sign, so get total order per customer will not be part of the command, right? Use transactions for critical operations. Ensures consistency with begin, commit, rollback. All right. So there should be consistency. And test queries on a sample data first. So before you start your data, you have to test your query, prevent accidental loss. That way, you are going to prevent accidental data loss or overload. Now, use stored procedures and views for reusability. So encapsulate complex logic. So you make use of that also. Optimize queries. Use explain or analyze to check performance. Avoid unnecessary join or condition. Then enforce constraints, check and unique. So this keep data valid and consistent. And number 20, keep learning and stay updated. SQL evolves with database. Learn about Windows functions, CT, common table expressions, JSON in SQL, and performance tuning techniques. So these are just what I want to talk about today. So that way, tomorrow we are going to continue in that way. So thank you.